Were whooping it up at the Malamute Saloon.
Let's
The kid that handled the music box was hitting a ragtime tune. Back at the bar in his solo game sat dangerous Dan McGrew, while watching his luck was his light o' love, the lady that's known as Lou. When out of the night, which was 50 below, and into the din and the glare, there stumbles a miner, fresh from the creeks, dog dirty and loaded for beer. He looked like a man with a foot on the grave and scarcely the strength of a louse. Yet he tilted a poke of dust on the bar, and he called for drinks for the house. There was none that could place the stranger's face, though we searched ourselves for a clue, but we drank to his health, and the last to drink was dangerous Dan McGrew. There are men who sometimes would grip your eyes and hold them hard like a spell, and such was he, and he looked to me like a man who had lived in hell, with a face most hair and a dreary stare of a dog whose day is done, as he watered the green stuff in his glass, and the drops fell one by one. Then I got to figuring who he was, and I wondered what he'd do, and I turned my head, and there watching him was the lady that's known as Lou. His eyes went rubbering round the room, and he seemed in a kind of a daze, till at last the old piano fell in the way of his wandering gaze. The ragtime kid was having a drink, there was no one else on the stool, so the stranger stumbles across the room and flops down there like a fool. In a buckskin shirt all glazed with dirt, he sat, and I saw him sway. Then he clutched the keys in his talon hands. My God, what that man could play. Were you ever out in the great alone when the moon was awful clear, and the icy mountains hemmed you in with a silence you most could hear, with only the howl of the timber wolf, and you cramped there in the cold, a half-dead thing in a stark-dead world, clean mad for the buck-called gold. While high overhead, green, yellow, and red, the northern lights swept in bars. Then you've had a hunch what the music meant. Hunger, and night, and the stars. And the hunger not of the belly kind that you banish with bacon and beans, but the gnawing hunger of a lonely man for a home and all that it means. For a fireside, far from the cares that are, 4 walls and a roof above, and oh so crammed full of cosy joy, and crowned with a woman's love. A woman dearest than all the world, and true as heaven is through. My God, how ghastly she looks through her rouge, the lady that's known as Lou. Then of a sudden the music changed, so soft that you scarce could hear, but you felt that your life had been looted clean of all that you once held dear, that someone had stolen the woman you loved, and her love was a devil's lie, and your guts were gone, and the best you could do was crawl away and die. 'Twas the crowning cry of a heart's despair, and it chilled you through and through. I guess I'll make a spread, Misere, said dangerous Dan McGrew. Then the music almost died away. Then it burst with a pent-up flood, and it seemed to say, repay, repay, and my eyes went blind with blood. The thoughts went back to an ancient wrong, and it stung like a frozen lash, and the lust awoke to kill, and the music stopped with a crash. The stranger turned, and his eyes they burned in a most peculiar way. In a buckskin shirt all glazed with dirt, he sat, and I saw him sway. Then his lips went in a kind of a grin, and he spoke, and his voice was calm. And boys, says he, you don't know me, and none of you care a damn. But I want to state, and my words are straight, and I'll bet my poke they're true, that one of you is a hound of hell, and that one is Dan McGrew. Then I ducked my head, and the lights went out. 2 guns blazed in the dark, and a woman screamed, and the lights went up. 2 men lay stiff and stark. Pitched on his head and pumped full of lead was dangerous Dan McGrew, while the man from the creeks lay clutched to the breast of the lady that's known as Lou. These are the simple facts of the case, and I guess I ought to know. They say the stranger was crazed with hooch, and I'm not denying it so. But I'm not as wise as the lawyer guys, but strictly between us two. The woman who kissed him and pinched his poke was the lady that's known as Lou. Sinawell.